This is New Growth CONVOS, Season 2, Episode 1. Let's do that again. Wait. This is New Growth CONVOS, Season 2, Episode 1.
Hey, all right.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
How you doing?
What's your name?
My name is Salehe Bembury,
And where are you from?
New York City.
What part?
Tribeca, New York.
Wonderful. So why are we here today?
So, we are here because we have been friends for how long now? Almost
About
10
10
years.
years.
Maybe about 10 years.
Wow.
And wow, right? Congratulations to us. And I've known you to be a musician. You're a producer too, right?
Yes.
A producer.
Yes.
Overall studio rat,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
And then within the past maybe 6 months to a year, I've seen you pivot. And I think pivoting is extremely important in life and profession. Vic Mensa has actually done that very well recently.
Yes, he has. Yes, he
He's
has.
still living within this music space as he always has. But now, somehow, him grabbing an orange off of a tree gives him wisdom. And he drops some of the most insightful bars
Cole.
that are on the internet right now.
Gems.
So another example of pivoting. But you also pivoted and created this podcast. And I was like, wow, like, you know, curation is a very important thing. So the curation of guests, I was like, wow, this is a good curation of guests. It's like, it seemed like a recognized cloth kind of thing.
It is.
And then just the set, very much so a vibe, very much so Jesse. If I if I could think of like how you would be buried,
This
like
is
it would
hilarious.
look like this,
Uh-huh.
And then I'm also promoting a book.
Yes, you are.
I am promoting a brand that I have recently launched. And I'm just here to have a conversation. And then what's also, and I'm being long-winded, last thing.
It's okay. I like this.
And then what's also great is I feel like with all these conversations I've been having, I'm a little bit guarded because it's like media. And you can't necessarily always trust media.
Yeah.
But you're my buddy. So here we're just talking. I'm not going to put much thought into my answers, really.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, whatever comes out.
I like this very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That was very articulate.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
Heartfelt.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. We have been friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also been a very big fan of yours
Thank
for
you.
a long time. You're really good at what you do.
Thank you.
And you do a lot of things.
Yes.
Would you consider yourself a world builder?
People say that about my work and me. I think maybe if anything, I think the goal is to become a world builder. I think I have the potential of being a world builder.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Meaning that I think building a world is on some like Disney World, Willy Wonka esque initiative where like it's the environment, it's the apparel, it's the packaging, it's the religion.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, like I think I'm playing around that space, and I think the reason people say that is because they see the potential. They see that I'm thinking about projects from a very 360 perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've built a world just yet. And I think that's what SPUNGE, my brand.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
SPUNGE, my brand,
Yes.
is going to set me up to navigate these things.
Yes, I do consider you a world builder.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that I don't know, from my viewpoint of who you are and how you go about things, and I feel like you're a very strong manifester,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that you have a lot of vision.
Thank you.
And not only within design, but just the intricacy in how you roll out,
Mm-hmm.
who you decide to even down to gift things to.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are all kind of like things that a lot of like people's whole teams do.
Yeah, this is true.
Well,
I mean, I've always just been a believer in if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So everything up until 3 years ago was exactly that, done by myself. I now have a team.
Yeah.
LeBron recently said no one ever did anything great by themselves.
This is a fact.
This is a huge fact.
Yes.
So shout out my team. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, all right, so you're in Tribeca,
Mm-hmm.
and you're, 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
When did you go to college? 18?
As we all do, 18, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I went a little early. But anyway, it's fine. And you're about to go to college.
Mhm.
Why do you choose Syracuse?
I think Syracuse had a good design program. There was this thing when applying to colleges called early decisions. So if you chose the college earlier and you got in earlier,
Yeah.
and then you didn't have to deal with it for the rest of the year, which I did. I think. Yeah, I did early decision, yeah. Oh my, is it dead?
That's hilarious.
Wait, no, we'll get a little juice out of this.
That's crazy.
This is my microphone. We're gonna sing for y'all later. Anyway, do we have actually this charger?
Yeah, we should.
USB-C.
Yeah, we have it. We could plug it in
Thank you, bro.
over there on the pink cord.
Anyway,
this is
what were we talking
hilarious. About early decision.
Oh yeah, early.
At
I know
Syracuse.
this isn't that entertaining, but basically,
No,
yeah,
it's
went to
fine.
Syracuse, early decision, good design program. I was conditioned to think that I needed to go to college in order to achieve my dreams. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Okay.
Still.
Okay.
Maybe for some, maybe not for others.
Uh-huh.
And then it also wasn't too far from New York. Like it's 5 hours out of New York City, so I felt like I was leaving home, but I was still like in New York in my comfort bubble.
Yeah, nice. And so is there anything that you learned in school that now you apply every day in your life?
Maybe the number one thing is probably just documentation. That was probably one of the first things that we were taught, was just to document, to take pictures of our work and analyze it and learn from it and edit it and organize it. And this was before we were all conditioned to take pictures for social media.
Yeah, facts.
You know, so I think now even the reason I was able to do my book is because I've been documenting for a very long time.
Yeah.
A lot of images that didn't make it to social media. And because of that, I've been able to look at my work and my growth through different lenses. And then also just on a personal level, it's just extremely valuable to be able to see like what I was looking like on like my first day of whatever job.
Yeah. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do, is like go back and look at my college pictures when I used to dress like a drug dealer.
Can we cut that in right now? We have to cut that in.
With the tall tees.
Yeah, we got to cut that in.
with the field mob Tims.
I never dressed like that.
You never dressed like that?
Never.
You've never had a pair of field mob Tims?
That's what I think is interesting, is I think a lot of people, if you look at pictures, I mean, you've been like this for a minute, but if you look at pictures of people like just only 3 years ago, they look like completely different
from now.
And like, and it's just, I judge it a little bit because I think, I just really wish people were authentic to who they were.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are like chasing. And if it's almost like this Labubu craze.
Yeah.
That's some real like sheep mentality shit. Like it's really like, and then also it's really just like Beanie Babies. You know what I mean? But like,
it is Beanie
Babies, you know?
Y'all probably don't know about Beanie Babies, but y'all should do your research.
Yeah. Yes. But like, so sometimes when I just see groups of people moving as one for like mindless shit, it's really disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you moved to when you were younger that was mindless, that you kind of like, damn?
I mean, Pogs.
Yes.
I don't know, this audience probably doesn't know Pogs.
I know about Pogs, yeah.
Tamagotchis.
Yes.
Those things where you like would snap it on your wrist and turn into a bracelet.
The bracelet joints.
That was how I used to love that shit. Yeah. What else? I used to love those like little sticky slimy things that you could get after you checked out at the supermarket. Where you put the quarters in.
The stick to the wall, the hand.
Yeah. That was great.
We about to bring those back.
Yeah, those were good.
Actually, we about to bring those back.
What else? I don't know. We come from a great time.
Yes.
Yeah. There should really be like more documentaries on that period of time. That movie, mid-90s, did a good job of kind of capturing.
The Jonah Hill film,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So back to design. So like, you know, I feel like you've been thinking about and like brainstorming on this brand for a while, right? Sponge?
Yeah. I mean, Sponge has kind of existed as like this, like, do whatever I want when I want streetwear brand for for a while. And
for how long?
For about 5 years, I think it's been kind of just coming out with hoodies and sweatshirts and t-shirts whenever I want, with really no context or reason. But at the same time, that was kind of like a necessary, what's the word I'm looking for? See, if we smoked, I wouldn't have thought of this. But like, it was a necessary, just, I guess, cleansing of the palette after being at all these different brands for so long. Just starting my own brand and just making some t-shirts felt right.
Yeah.
Right. But now Sponge is a proper footwear brand with marketing and PR and merchandising and a way more serious operation than I ever could have done, because I operate at a very mom and pop boutique level, which is, that's essentially who raised me.
Pretty much.
The mom and pop boutiques.
Yeah,
you know?
Same.
So when it came to finally like going out on my own and like leaving Versace, I was like, I'm about to make some T-shirts, and some hoodies, and I can because I have a little bit of value in my name.
Like I think that even speaking to the palate cleanse aspect of what you were saying, like I really like that. Is that like something that you feel is like a natural thing, or do you like, if you're designing or collaborating with a different brand and you want to focus on your own thing, do you have to like take space or take time, or is there?
Well, just palate cleanse in the sense that when you work for brands, and if I can make a music analogy, like actually I'm not, because I'm not sure about music.
That's not true. That's actually not true. You love music,
but to make like an analogy from a design perspective, like when working for all these brands, you're chasing trends, you're chasing consumer themes. There's merchandising guidelines, there's sales guidelines, there's all these rules,
like parameters. Yeah.
And so I think the number one thing I wanted to do when I finally went out on my own was just like have zero rules and do what I want with no context or reason, and not even worry about sales. It sold well, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Yeah,
that is the point.
Yeah,
though,
sure.
Because you prove yourself right when.
Yes. Which was also extremely empowering in a time where I finally was going out on my own, and I was definitely dipping my toes in the water of, can I sell things on my own?
Yeah. And I don't know. Like I really love like the template. It's really it's not your normal template. It's not
template
really
of what?
Of your shoe. It's not safe. It's not safe at all. And I think that a lot of things in the way you design and the way you are, I don't think you're not like risk. I don't think you're like afraid of anything. You know what I mean? Where does that come from? Like that level of like, I don't know what to call it. Like I would say innovation, yes, but like fearlessness.
Well, it's interesting that you say that. And I like that. I always appreciate perspective from the external POV because I'm obviously trapped in my head.
Yeah.
I think the primary fear with everything I work on the primary emotion with everything I work on is fear.
Facts.
I think when I worked at Yeezy, I was constantly worried about losing my job. I think when I was at Versace, I was just fearful of this new Italian European environment I was in. I don't know what the hell's going on at the time, right?
Yeah.
But I was acting like I did. Or maybe starting out as an independent entrepreneur collaborator, and I'm putting my name on these things. Will people like it? Will they? Will the marketing resonate with them?
Yeah.
Or now starting a brand, and with the goal of competing against the giants that exist in this footwear space. This isn't like some hype moment or temporary moment. This is a forever kind of
like
thing.
Establishment.
This is establishment, and so there's fear there. But I'm also experiencing all the emotions. I'm also equally motivated and excited, and all of the things that will come with starting my own brand. So thank you for saying you don't see fear.
No, not
it's
really.
There.
No,
it's there. But I also think I often talk about like the 7 stages of design opportunity, like the 7 stages of grief. And often when I get any opportunity, the first thing I feel is fear, imposter syndrome. Holy shit, they're going to find me out this time. But then the second thing I feel is inspiration and motivation. And then like, I'm not going to list the next 5, but I do know that when I do feel that fear, that emotion, that's feeling in my stomach, that I'm on the path to reaching that success that I have many, many times over. So if anything, now I might get nervous if I get an opportunity and I feel nothing, because that might let me know that I no longer care.
I understand that. I think, you spoke to like being inspired right after fear, and turning like something uncomfortable into comfort, and like basically owning something. Like it's so crazy that you compared it to like the stages of grief. That's very interesting.
Well, just with the 7 stages of grief, and I don't know what they are, but they're like a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, of course.
So like one of them might even be like joy. And why is someone experiencing joy when dealing with death? But it goes for the same for design. Like that design thing is maybe the positive, but in that week or whatever it is, I'm experiencing fear. I'm experiencing inspiration, uncertainty, vulnerability, hyper like motivation and inspiration. And so at the end of it, I've seen that after getting off that roller coaster, I usually make a great fucking shoe. And so when I feel that initial feeling of uncertainty, which in the beginning of my career was simply uncertainty, but now I've been able to analyze that and be like, wait a minute, I'm usually uncertain in the beginning. but then I get a Croc at the end. You know, so now I realize that that's like the necessary first door for me to open in order to reach that destination.
That's incredible. Yeah, no, I connect with that. You know, as far as process is concerned, like, and especially when you're talking about you said something about like when you get to something at the end, like, how do you know you got there? You know, like
I think it's
prototype 1, 2, 3, 4. You know,
I think it's really just like a combination of a feeling, personal taste. I think the sign of any good designer is the exercise of restraint and balance, because so many designers, I don't say so many, that sounds like shots, but designers, they over design, and a lot of the time you can see a design that would have been dope like 2 weeks earlier. And so sometimes I think knowing when it is complete is a valuable trait. But then at the same time, it's probably every single show I've ever worked on, there's something where I would have either changed it or made it better.
Yeah, that's like,
you know, it's kind of like that when Kanye did Pablo and it was like music was digital, not digital for the first time, but it was on some kind of streaming platform for the first time. And then he was able to like make a new version 2 weeks later.
Updated it.
Like that seemed crazy, but honestly, as a creative,
that's pretty cool.
That's fucking amazing. Because like I would love if I could like reassess some of the shit I've done, you know?
No, I definitely, that's crazy. Yeah, it's true. Imagine if you're like, here you go. Actually, hold on, send those back. Here go to update.
Make all the other ones in the world disappear and then update.
They just reappear more fire. That'd be crazy. Yeah, you said, I think it's about letting go. You know, you said like the restraint thing, you know, and I really like your perspective on that aspect of saying what you said about how like you might already have it, and if you keep pushing yourself out the fucking, you done lost it. You know, you kind of lose it. Do you know where you learned that? Like,
I mean, like I always joke that I have my master's in like footwear consumerism. So like, I think I have like a very elite, just like perspective and opinion on shoes, just because I've been obsessing over them for so long.
You have a lot of shoes, yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of shoes. But at the same time, like I'm not even talking about like my profession, like career. I'm talking about even before any of that. I think I had a certain taste. Over the years, like you just develop these opinions. Like recently, Don C just put this little post up where he was showing how toes look now and how toes looked in like the 80s. And that was like so much free game, because there's just like these small little like things about shoes that make them great. And they're like kind of like these unspoken things. So I think a lot of the things that I do with the shit that I make it comes from that. It just comes from like growing up loving shoes and having those opinions. And then now also learning about like the consumer and what merchandising means. Yeah. And then trying to maybe inject a little bit of my own personal opinion in there. Yeah. Because that's another thing I learned when working for companies is that I'm trying to achieve the signature of that company. Yeah. So if I work for like, I don't know, Puma, if I like work there full time or something, I would need to have my work look like Puma work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that changes when like your name's on the product. Yeah. But for the most part, if you work for a company, you know, any young designer listening to this, like, you're not going to get to draw what you want.
What was that experience like for you when you were at Cole Haan?
Not learning that I couldn't draw what I wanted.
Yeah. Because how old were you when you first got the job?
Maybe like 25.
Wow.
Maybe,
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Young.
It was weird because, you know, I was working on this guy, Jeff Henderson, this Nike guy, Nike OG. And so it was like really vulnerable because he was basically just like, you're shit. But
wait, what?
Like, because like he basically like I'm joking when I say this, but basically like he broke me down.
Gotcha.
And then
like,
built me back
Miyagi.
up. Yeah. And so it started with, you're shit. And I was like, wait, what? But I could draw like this. And he was like, guess what? No one draws in this profession. Idiot. You know? You know what I mean? But I had to trust the process because I kind of saw where his career was, and I saw just like how easily like he designed and just all the little tricks. Even something as simple as like designers will get this, like not using the trackpad and using a mouse. Like that increased my efficiency like significantly. So like, yeah, it was really just, I guess, trusting him, getting broken down.
It's
and
like boot camp.
Literally.
It's not like design boot camp.
Design boot camp, Padawan, Yoda, all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
And then I came in on the other side as not like a super talented designer, but I think like he gave me the foundation.
Yeah.
And that is what's really needed. Even to like apply that to music, like you can't make a Grammy award-winning song without knowing like the chords.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's a fact.
it was like, I felt like because I could draw well and because I used to have like a lot of Jordans, I was like, what do you mean I don't know what I'm doing? You know what I mean? But he like was like, dead all that, just draw a circle for me. And I was like, a circle? But then he was like, and from there, I became the designer I am now.
That's so crazy because I had a similar experience when I was in college. I studied under Bilal.
Oh, okay,
yeah. And I thought I was the coldest, and he was like, "Yeah, nah, we gonna inhale and exhale."
Yeah,
I was like, "Wait,
exactly.
what?"
I'm gonna teach you how to breathe.
Yeah, it's like we're not singing.
Yeah.
And he would say like, when you inhale the room, when you inhale the room. When you exhale, you become the room. When you inhale the world. When you exhale, you become God. And he would tell me that over and over again. And for the first 4 lessons, didn't sing a word.
Yeah.
Very confusing. And then after, wow, clarity, confidence, understanding, appreciation.
Yeah.
Like gratitude,
Yep.
you know? And it's weird how that has to, like, someone has to get at you like that for you to get it.
But it's also strange because, like, I remember so many stages in my, like, youth where I was maybe either in art class or I was like about to play basketball, and then there'd be this older person there being like, "We're not even gonna play basketball today."
Right.
And I'd be like, "What? This is summer camp. I'm here to play basketball." You know? And but now being a little bit older, I realize that it is that conversation and that like psychological understanding of what you're about to do
Exactly.
that really even allows for that to take place properly.
Yeah, it'd be more about the setup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like weird because I can't really be understood to someone that's younger, or maybe they're just more eager to put brush to paper, brush to canvas.
And have way more access.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I do like that though. Like those moments in time where your ego gets like, just, you're like, nah, I thought I had it. Now I'm just trash.
Yeah.
And you just feel like that for like a little bit of time. And then something happens where you like make something and somebody go, and you go, oh, nah, wait a second. Like,
but at the same time, like, I think that it was kind of necessary for him to put me through that because I don't know what kind of designer I would have been. Even right now, I have a young designer, very talented. He's really motivated. He's young. He's like really great, but he's horrible. Actually, no, he's gotten better. So if he sees, I don't even think that I still think this. He's gotten better. But
you about to miss me? Y'all going right here from the video.
No,
that's crazy. If you're watching this,
in the beginning, he was like really horrible with deadlines.
Gotcha.
And to become a great footwear designer, or really a great anything, it's like
turn it in on time.
Got to turn it on time, but it takes like 10 different things to be great at that thing, right? So for me to do this job, it's only like 30% design, but it's also like my personality. It's also like taste level. It's also my story, my name, how I dress. Like there's so many things that kind of round out what it is to be like a designer. Yeah. And one of them is meeting deadlines.
Yes.
I'll never forget, when I was a younger designer, I was at a factory in China, and I probably wasn't the best at deadlines at that time either. Probably told through this story. And the owner of the factory pulled me aside and brought me into this room. And there was about 30 people like working on the shoes in this room. And he was like, when you don't send that email, they can't get to work. And I was like, but then that made it click because I'm coming out of like post-college thinking like the world is my oyster and all this shit. And it's like just me. But then he made me realize that to me, it's just pressing send on a computer screen. Right. But then once that goes over there, these 30 people are now have the instructions to do their job, to make the shoe, to choose the leather, to whatever. And then once I realized that it existed outside of me, I was like, oh, and if I do this well, then things happen quicker, and then I can get paid, you know. And so it really is like a very like 360 full circle kind of a thing. Yeah,
bro, like, I mean, but that goes back to world building and what we're talking about with the gratitude thing too. You know, like when you get that kind of perspective and you can objectively look at something from a certain point of view, then I feel like it helps the design, like you're saying. Like it improves you, like not only in design but in life. Like I don't like showing up to things late. I have an issue with it. It bothers me.
I was on time today, right?
You were very on time. I actually told you to like not get here on time.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Right.
I was like, oh, just take your time. Yeah, because I knew you were gonna be here.
I was
on time.
Yeah, I was.
Which I always appreciate about you. You know, and it's like a very Japanese thing. Like when first time I ever went to Japan. Yeah. I was late to a label meeting in Japan. They wanted to put out my first album, and they were like, "What happened? Did your mom die?" I'm like, "Wait, what? No, like I just got lost on the train." They're like, "Listen, we're not late here," and I was like, "What you mean?" It's like, we're not late here.
Yeah.
Like, and I was
Respect first.
I was 22, and I was like, oh, and since I never forgot that, and since that day, I'm pretty much 15 minutes early to everything else.
Yeah, I'm usually 10 minutes late to everything, but but I like that story.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're not 10 minutes late on no deadlines for no
no
shit.
But just like usually like social things.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, just
Can you throw me that microphone?
Salehe's been trying to. He really wants to sing, so we're gonna. If you see Sam's legs coming into the shot. You gonna drink? Are you kidding me? Did you just drink water before you get ready to sing?
Yeah, get ready.
Oh my god. Okay, so look, we've been talking about doing this interview for a really long time, and all he's been talking about is that he wants to sing. So I think this is the segment where I introduce to you.
This up too, so we can get this sound.
Sure, if
you think so.
Whatever you'd like to do.
Oh, happy day.
Crazy high key. You want to start on lower key?
No, because I'm the little boy.
Okay. Okay, let's go again. Let's do it for real.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
My Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
He washed my sins away.
Oh, happy day.
Said I'm talking about a happy day.
Oh, happy day.
All right, Whoopi Goldberg, go.
Oh, happy day.
La 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 la.
Oh, I forgot about it. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la. Oh, happy day.
Why did you sound like you practiced this?
I did in the car.
Oh my God. He pulled up with a bag and the only thing in the bag was just that.
All right.
I appreciate it. That was a great segment. That was a great segment. I only got like 3 more questions.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. First question. From my 3 more questions. In 5 years,
yes,
when Sponge is going insane, like insane, every store ever, you feel me? Like, you got the collabs with whoever you want. They coming to you to do collabs with you. You putting Sponge on everything. Name the 3 people or brands that you like. That's who I'm with. That I want to work with.
With Sponge?
Yes.
Maybe like Google, Apple, and LV.
Fire.
Yeah.
Cole. All in one collab at the same time.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think even with who we've collaborated with already, we're trying to step into spaces that the other, let's call them competitors and soon to be competitors, have not. We collaborated with Versace. Versace is a very well-known publisher that has never had a sneaker collaboration. And you see some of the other brands these days that are getting collaborations that have no business collaborating with sneaker brands, and a storied brand or publisher like Versace completely makes sense and aligns with my book happening at the same time. So with the roster of collaborators that we will have within Sponge, I think some people will be surprised, and it also makes sense. You said that a lot of the people that I use for my campaigns, it makes sense. They're of a similar cloth, so the same will exist with the collaborations. Satoshi, for example. But then at the same time, this brand will not exist in hype. Yeah. Besides the collaborations. Explain that?
Yes, please expound on that.
And so, if you think of any of the well-known popular brands now, they have their mainline offering that might be available at like a Foot Locker or a Shoe Palace. But then they have their hype shoes that maybe you could call a Salehe Bembury collab, or Travis Scott or whatever. Those are lower quantity executions to build momentum for the larger, benefits of the brand. And so Rizzoli is a perfect example of that. It's a low quantity play. Satoshi Nakamoto, same thing. That is to engage a certain community. But then at the same time, while you might be interested in Rizzoli or Satoshi, your mom might just simply be interested in a nice Yukon brown.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like this.
There you go. And so the goal is to serve everyone. You know, everyone that wants sponge footwear will eventually be able to get it. But then at the same time, I come from hype. I come from downtown New York. So there will always be some aspect of Sponge that maybe might be hard to get, but more importantly, might be more layered story or a slightly harder product to digest by a larger consumer. You know, you wear all pink shoes, I wear all pink shoes, but the majority of the world not only does not wear pink shoes, they don't wear much color at all.
Facts.
Right? So you got to serve all the audiences and speak as many languages as possible.
And you speak a lot of languages.
I try, yep.
You speak 2 languages. I like how we got all serious after you finished singing like that. That was crazy. And I'm good. I feel great. Is there anything else you'd like to
add?
Yeah.
For singing?
Yeah, we can close on a song. What do you want to sing? Oh, sing the Erykah Badu joint.
How long are these podcasts usually?
30 minutes.
Okay, good. Okay, I was gonna say we only did 25. We're getting 5 more out of it. All right, Erykah Badu.
Yeah, what we got?
My eyes are green.
You got it.
'Cause I eat a lot of vegetables. It don't have nothing.
I hope she sees this.
To do with your new friend. I don't care. I swear. I'm too through with you.
Why do you know all the words?
So go ahead and be with your friend. All right, I'm done.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. Thank you very much. Hey, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Keep doing your motherfucking thing.
Jesse Boykins III, star producer, star podcaster, bow-legged, ashy-kneed.
Yo,
can you fix me
stop.
a plate? Fix me a plate, sandals. Keep the sandals. Can someone fix this guy a plate? Put your knees together.
Stop swiping up on my stories and hating on my outfits. My outfits is fire. Love y'all.
Tribeca.
Right.
That was wonderful. Perfect.
How do you feel about it?
I felt great.
I thought that was fire.
That was good, right?